Hello everybody, as promised, I'm halfway through the Camino de Santiago Frances now, and even though I did a packing list, ideal packing list for the Camino de Santiago earlier on my channel, I thought I would update now with what I've currently got. So after trimming it down a little bit, deciding maybe I don't need that, maybe I can leave that behind, what's left in my pack that I'm continuing with. There's going to be a few things that I've decided I don't need, but I also can't be bothered to post them home, and since I've already got a light pack anyway, I'm just going to keep it with me. But I'm going to show you now everything that is a must, and I'm going to put that on one side of this very comfy hotel bed. I've got a hotel just so I've got space to make this video and to give me a bit of comfort halfway through. But I'm going to lay it all out now. I'm going to get it out the pack and put down what's essential, what I would bring if I was starting all over again, and what would be in my pack. And I'll put stuff on the other side of the bed with what I may not bring. So I hope this is useful for you. I hope anybody that's starting the Camino in the next month especially will find this really useful. So let's have a look what I've got. And let me also apologise about the quality on this one. This isn't a professional recording studio. I'm in the middle of the Camino de Santiago in a hotel. There's a family with a crying baby just down the hall. People are banging around, so forgive me for any poor quality sound and everything. Hopefully the content will make up for it. One thing I should add that won't be laid on the bed are the clothes I'm wearing, because I don't think it'd be ideal for me to do this nude. So as well as what we'll be laying out, I've got my favourite t-shirt here, which is Klättermussen or something. It's a Swedish company, which is a t-shirt made of 70% merino, 30% silk. I think it's the best t-shirt for the Camino. A little bit expensive. Can't find any other company around that does a merino silk blend. If you know of one, please put it in the comments, and certainly if you know of one that's cheaper. But this one with its little picture of a mouse and an umbrella has been absolutely great for me. So through the day I'm wearing a t-shirt, I'm wearing some shorts, just normal trekking shorts, under one pair of underwear, under here boxer shorts, and a pair of darn tough socks, and my boots. So other than the stuff I'm walking in, I'll show you the rest that's in the pack. Let's start off with, this is my empty rucksack. It's an Exos 46 by Osprey. The great thing about this, I've not put that on the bed, I saw that, but I've got a little bit of paracord in there, which works great for a washing line and spare cases. I also have a hero clip attached to one of the shoulder straps with a pod sack on it. I use that to carry water instead of reaching around, and it also works to put my phone in or something like that if I need to. The great thing about this pack is this, it's got a mesh which allows a lot of air to pass through behind. It just snugly fits on your back, so on the really hot days you don't get a sweaty back. Also, haven't taken out of here is my suntan lotion. Keep that in the side pouch there, very needed on the hot days. Right, let's get to what goes in the pack. Okay, I've sorted this out into very needed on this side of the bed, to a bit of a medium in the middle area there, to things that I possibly wouldn't bring with me if I was choosing all over again. So let's talk about what I don't need first, perhaps. So this is the Rubs ball, highly recommended for people who have plantar fasciitis or just sore muscles. Really doesn't weigh very much. It's a proper luxury item, and since I don't suffer from any of those things, I really don't need it. So yeah, it's nice, it's useful, but I've not needed it at all. I bought a separate day pack, very light one, very light one, but I don't need it. There's been no point at all where I've gone round town where that wasn't good enough, the bum bag, fanny pack, whatever you like to call it. So if you didn't have that one, then that's going to be of use. but both aren't required. So I find that that one's big enough for me. The backpack I'm tempted to leave on the back of chairs and stuff if I've gone out anyway. So it's just dangerous, so I wouldn't take that with me. This was just the bag that my sleeping bag liner was stored in, and I don't bother putting it away. As you can see over there, it just scrunches into the bottom. So not required. The bags that things come in to keep them tidy is just extra weight. I bought a pair of really light warm mittens, but so far there's been absolutely no cold that requires them at all. So even though I'm not going to be sending them home, I'm carrying them with me. My guess is, unless something really changes before I get to the end of the walk, then that was a pointless item. And my hat, I love this hat. It goes with me everywhere, but on the very few days that it's been really hot, there have been a few and I've worn it, but my buff would have been equally good for that. So it's sat more often than not on the back of my backpack and not been used. So if I was doing it again, I'd bring an ultralight baseball cap or just stick with the buff. Also, I've got a Sea to Summit here event waterproof internal liner, but I've got two of them. They're 20 litres each, and I thought that'd be good for keeping different things separately. But I think overall I probably would just get one 30 litre that fits inside my backpack that holds everything. Because I don't use a poncho to keep the backpack dry, and I haven't got a waterproof cover for the backpack, it's important that there's something on the inside of the backpack that's still waterproof that keeps everything dry. So I would get a slightly bigger than 20 litre, something, whatever they do, maybe a 30 litre, and that would replace that. So that's the things that I would absolutely leave out. The maybes are here. That's a Yeti down warm jacket. I've worn it once. There was a reason to wear it, but I think once isn't enough for 250 grams. So that'll be one that I'll review when I do the last video after the Camino, and I'll decide whether it was worth bringing it or not. My Salt Escape bivy bag, there's a review on that also on my channel. I normally take this with me everywhere. It's so useful. It's a sleeping bag liner, a sleeping bag cover, an emergency bivy. It's got so many uses. On the inside, you see, it's got a heat reflective surface. It also only weighs about 200 grams. So my entire sleep system originally was going to be this and the silk liner there. However, it's been that warm at night so far, I've only used the silk liner. I haven't used this once. So again, this is a maybe. I'll know more by the end of the Camino once I get to Santiago. But for now, that's a not so sure. The other not so sure is my laundry netting bag. The idea being that if things are still wet in the morning, I can dry them hanging in a netting bag off the back of my backpack as I walk. But so far, everything's been dry enough that I can just put it on and wear it, and it's dried while I'm wearing it. So everything else, folks, is a keeper. So fanny pack, bum bag, belt, utility, whatever you want to call this thing. This is handy. I use it for sleeping in at night or for carrying all my important stuff with me. If I'm leaving the backpack behind and going and having a walk around town, I want my passport, I want my Camino credentials, I want my cash, my credit cards, important electronics, phone, that sort of thing with me. So this has been great for that. Not the height of fashion, but it's very light and highly useful. Debatable, this one, with some people, but I like it and I would bring it again. Rather than just washing things in a sink, very often there is only one sink shared between about 8 people, and if you're standing there washing your underwear in it while somebody else wants to brush their teeth, it's not ideal. This allows you to just put a little bit of water in, a bit of your choice of detergent, Dr. Bronner soap, whatever it might be. Give it a shake and you can leave it to soak for 20 minutes, 30 minutes while you have a coffee or a wine or whatever. Give it a little bit of a rub round using this notch thing at the bottom. There's a valve to let all the air out, and that honestly comes washing machine clean from that, and it stops you from annoying people in your albergue by taking up all the space in the sink. You'll still need the sink to go and rinse them afterwards, or just to fill it up with a bit more water, but it means you can do it without standing at the sink throughout. These two I'm going to save till the end because I'll go through everything that's in them. I bought 3 pegs with me. I know some people want to go ultralight and just take safety pins and use the safety pins to hang things to the line, but they don't weigh anything really at all. I'm not sure, they minky or something, these. 3 is about the right number. That's what I bought with me. This is my other pair, so I've got my walking shoes that I walk in the daytime, and then in the evening these are called Hoka 1 recovery slides. Very good, reinforced arch on them and super padded, so it really helps your feet recover when you finish that hard day's walking. This is a long sleeve hoodie, very thin base layer really. So altogether I have 2 t-shirts, the one that you just saw that I was wearing. I have a polyester, super quick dry, very light one, only weighs about 70 grams this. And I have this one for use when it's a bit colder, or if I need to cover my arms up because it's been sunny for too long. That one's got to have quite a high sun factor to it. Or it's just something to wear while you're washing your 2 t-shirts. If you don't want to wash daily, or there's a reason why you can't wash one night, then you can skip a day, you can put this one on and you can still wash the other 2 t-shirts and have something to wear. I've got 2 pairs of underwear, one that I'm wearing and one that's ready to go here. Ex Officio is the brand. I really like them, they dry really quick. I bought a pair of very cheap, I call them yoga pants, but some of my American friends inform me that they're called pajamas. I don't care. They're big, baggy, very lightweight, cheap from China fabric, but that was the only long pants I bought with me that aren't waterproof. So I've got my shorts, those, and a pair of waterproof long pants. That's it. So they're pajamas to sleep in, they're what I would wear to go out in. And I generally use my shorts for walking. That's the silk liner, that's what I sleep in every night in an albergue. Obviously tonight I'm in a bit of luxury and I've got some white cotton sheets, but you don't need a sleeping bag. So far there is no need for anything more than a silk liner, so that's what I use. What have we covered then? Waterproofs. Some people like a poncho, and various different ways. I think poncho is probably the more prominent. I went for the waterproof trousers. I kept deciding, do I take them, do I not take them? But I've already had 2 or 3 days with high winds, lots of rain, sideways rain coming in, and believe me, I was very glad to have these with me. Saying that, they're 200 grams and I'd want a bit more rain to justify it. I think I'm going to get it before I get to Santiago, and I'll do that again in my end of Camino review of gear. But yeah, waterproof pants, and I've got, this is a 250 to 300 gram Gore-Tex waterproof jacket. So between those 2, I'm fully waterproof. The jacket, of course, also doubles as an extra layer of warmth on a wet, cold day where I don't want to be wearing a down jacket outside. That's more for evenings or for sleeping in if it's really cold. On a really cold day, for example, I could wear a t-shirt with a long sleeve t-shirt hoodie over the top of that, and then I can put that on as a windbreaker, which will serve to keep me warm while I'm walking. That's just a disposable Huel, it's a Huel milkshake really, but it's a throwaway water bottle. So that's my water bottle, and I fill that up at fountains that are throughout the Camino when I go. The other two pairs of socks, I'm wearing one pair of socks right now. This is a pair of very, very thin liner socks, super thin. And these are merino and darn tough merino and nylon hiking socks. Again, these are summer grade. I've seen people here that have just bought, they've just heard merino socks and gone out and bought some suitable for the winter with all fur inside. These haven't got fur inside, they're just as thin as you can get because you don't want your feet to sweat. I've got a waterproof bag here that is simply a light, extra small waterproof bag for my passport, my Camino credentials and credit cards, and sunglasses and reading glasses in a little bag. And I think that's everything other than, I'm sorry, I've taken them off here. Last of all, my buff, which I would absolutely take with me. That's covered as a hat, as a blindfold, many things, and some sunglasses for the sunny days. There is more, isn't there? Let's open these two and show you what's inside here, because these are a must as well. Here we are then, continuing on. I possibly could sacrifice this actually as well for this one and put it just all in a much lighter weight polythene bag if I wanted to save a few more grams if I was going absolutely ultralight, but like I say, I'm really light anyway, it doesn't matter too much. So let's dig through this because I haven't sorted it out. We've got a few too many painkillers. There we are. I've got 4 strips of painkillers there for headaches or if anything goes wrong. I like to carry a few extra of that. It's not a lot, and very often there'll be somebody else on the way that I want to help out, and I can with that. We've got a couple of Compi blister plasters, a couple of bits of KT tape to put on if you feel a blister coming but it hasn't started yet. 1 sachet of insect bite relief, 1 Rennie peppermint, that's a upset stomach kind of thing, 1 nail clippers, very small bandage, a nail file, some ointment, triple antibiotic ointment there, a little bit of tape, about 1/4 of a roll paper tape for wrapping things up, and we've said the antiseptic spray. This is you can buy it in Spain, Pranarom or something. This is like, instead of a plaster, it's a cream. It doesn't form a plaster on it. I got this one for chafing, so if you've suffered a bit of chafing, this one's great for it. So it's good for nappy rash type of pain, or if you've got a cut, it's just a skin healing kind of cream, but I find that very good. Couldn't explain it properly, bit of a nail file. So there you go, that's it for first aid plus nail clippers. Other than this, I'm sorry, next time I wouldn't bring this. It's 80 grams, it's a Philips shaver. Next time I just wouldn't shave. So even though I'm not going to be throwing that away now, that would be my entire first aid kit. And last of all, let's dig through this stuff. I've got a towel, a quick dry towel in a medium size. That one will just about wrap around me. I've got toothpaste and a toothbrush and a deodorant. I've got soap, that's Dr. Bronner soap in a Matador soap bag. There's a review of this on my channel as well. If you just go into my channel, subscribe is the best way, and you'll be able to see the full review on that one. That is fantastic. I would highly recommend that for your soap. I've got a Euro converter to an English plug. Everybody will need something so that they can plug in. That then plugs into that. That's my charger from USB-C. And then that will charge everything. So a cable to charge my phone, a cable to charge my Apple Watch, and I've got a power bank, which worked really well when I lost my original phone charger, and it took me 4 days to get to a town where I could get another cable. So the power bank was fantastic for that. I've not had any problem running out of charge during the day, so I've always managed to charge in the evening, although there are some albergues where there is a limited supply of sockets to charge and you might be in a bit of a queue. So a power bank's handy. This one's 10,000 milliamp by Samsung. Could probably get away with one where it's just enough to charge your phone once. This I wouldn't bring next time. I bought this just so that for these videos I can show you what the temperature is in the albergues every night, to further prove that in this season, in September, in a shoulder season so far, there's no need for a sleeping bag at all. Silk liner is fine, and we'll find out a bit later on if there's anything warmer needed. So that's all that was. I wouldn't bring it next time, but this was here just so I can show you the temperatures. Essential for albergues. I've got a really light silk, cheap from Amazon eye mask, because people like to shine their torches all over the place at early hours of the morning when they're getting things ready. Bose sleep buds. You can get away with just the rubber things that you shove in your ears to block a load of sound, but for me, the extra weight of this was well worth it. Well worth it. And I listen to sounds of waves or rain gently against the window and stuff at night. It helps me sleep a lot better, so really well worth it. That's just the cable for charging the power bank. That's the cable for charging the Bose things. A little torch in case I need it. Actually, I don't need that because there's another torch somewhere, but maybe I've lost it, so okay, we'll keep that. A couple of TPs, that's like a floss sort of thing, and I normally end up bending one or breaking one, and honestly they weigh absolutely nothing. So I've got 2 of those, and I've got some headphones for when I want to be editing video or watching a movie at night. And that's it, everybody. That's my full set. It currently weighs about 5 kilos in total, including the backpack. So there we are. Well, I hope that was useful for you. I'm going to start packing all this away again now. Please do like and subscribe. It really does help. If you put a like, it tells YouTube that what I'm doing is useful to somebody and not complete rubbish. So it's great if you can put a little like. If you subscribe, you can see everything I'm doing, both now and in the future, and you can find all my other videos really easy. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sharing the journey with me. Please, I hope you find it useful, and buen camino, everybody. Take care.